Hey coaches, thanks for tuning in again for another episode in our Jet series. Now we're going to talk about the second play. So first when we talked about Sonic, which was our jet sweep, now we're going to talk about Blast, also known as Belly. Okay, it's going to be our weak side fullback play that again goes within the series. The series is going to look the same to the defense, just different people getting the ball and hitting the defense in different areas. So in this situation, I've got two different scenarios drawn up of how we'll block it. Okay. Again, we're gonna use our zoom motion. Zoom meaning our Z is in motion, jet motion, and he's gonna come through here. We will also sometimes call zoom O. So zoom means he's gonna come flat and fast. Okay. If we go zoom O, he's gonna come in orbit motion. O at the end as a tag just means that we're gonna put him in orbit motion. So you can do it either way. Both work, and as long as you have complementary plays coming off of that. Okay. So we'll use those two different types of motions, but normally we're going to be in zoom motion, coming flat and fast, because we run a lot more jet sweep than we do rocket toss. So we're going to bring him in motion full speed. We're going to let him get to the quarterback a little bit deeper into his motion, just to clear out of there a little bit quicker. He's got to go full speed. He's going to run that soup ladle again, getting a little bit of depth and getting to the outside, grabbing his jersey and tugging and pumping his arm as if he's got the ball. We really want to carry out a fake and kind of widen the defense over here. Our fullback is going to come right behind him into the B gap. And so our quarterback is going to open to the Z. He's going to speed pivot over here, just like he's going to mesh as if he's giving it to jet, and then he's going to hand it to the fullback right here. So the quarterback's footwork is just going to be a pivot all the way through, and then he's giving that ball to the fullback as the fullback's coming through on basically what's like a dive. Okay? So the fullback's coming through here into that B gap. We can tell him to get right off the hip of that guard. Moses block, usually when we're going to call this play, we're looking for an open B gap on the weak side. We're looking for teams that have now expanded their end a little bit. Maybe they're slanting over here, whatever the case may be, because the jet sweep is working for us. So they're now overcompensating to try to take away the jet sweep. We're going to come back and hit them inside where they've now created a weakness for us. Okay, so now we're going to take our H here, and we tell him his goal is to get to that Mike linebacker. Don't worry about this backer here, because we're going to influence him with our jet sweep. Okay, we want to get this guy here who's influenced by jet sweep and is going to be scraping to this side. All right, we call it the Moses block because we're parting the Red Sea. Okay, we're going to open this thing up with our split guard and our split tackle. Split guard is going to come down and block in the A gap. Our split tackle is going to base block to the outside, kick that guy to the curb, and then we're going to bring that fullback right in here behind that H's block. Let this guy go attack the jet sweep, and if that fullback stays nice and low, this play hits real big for us. A lot of times this is a home run hitter because everybody's so worried about keeping their eyes on that motion, that smoke and mirrors that we got going behind it. Okay, we're going to stock block over here. Again, if he's pressed up tight, we can run him off. On the backside, we're going to scoop and reach. So we're just going to seal off those inside gaps. If you've got an inside gap player, you can shot block right there. And then we're going to get to the next level if we can. Especially on this backside, we're going to take our tight end to the next level. Okay, quarterback, again, once he gives the ball off, and I don't think I covered this in our jet, in our Sonic video, but he's going to reverse pivot, so he's going to be here, he's going to give the ball, and then he's going to take a big looping roll-out motion to this side after he gives the ball. Okay, and the reason that is because our play action that we run is going to do that, so we want, again, everything to look the same. So Moses block over here. Now here's the thing, this tug block up here, let me just erase some of this stuff so it's a little easier to see. All right, so up on top here, I've got the tug block drawn up, and what that is this is our split guard, and this is our split tackle, okay, our combination block. Normally we'll block Moses. Let's say a team stems on us and they bring a guy right into the B gap. Let's say they're baiting us, they know we're going to call it, and so now they shift these guys out. This guy was here, we call the play, boom, they stem, now they got a guy in the B gap. It's a real simple adjustment for us. We call tug, okay, and tug just means tackle under guard, okay? So our split tackle is going to block down in the B gap. We're going to kick this guy out. It's important that we make that tug call. Well, we tell our H, by the time you're playing varsity football, you have to recognize all these things. At the lower levels, you guys make all those calls on the field. Sometimes coaches make it from the sideline if you see that B gap threat to remind the kids, okay, then we're going to go tackle under guard. So tackle blocks down, guard kicks. The reason it's important for our H to know is because he needs to be able to take just a slight pause jab step. We want to let this outside linebacker read this guy with that outside step just to influence him here. What that does is it sets the timing up, because obviously this takes a little bit longer for this guard to come kick out, so we can't just insert ourselves or we're going to have too much traffic going on there. So we're going to have this guy take a slight pause step, and we want him scraping paint right behind this guard. So as this guard comes through, he's scraping right behind him, he's picking up that scraping Mike linebacker, and our fullback is just hitting that play a little bit wider. So if there's a B gap, we're just going to take it just a slight bit wider on that. Again, with the jet motion coming behind, influencing these guys over here, and we've had success with that. That's just a real simple adjustment. We've seen teams that will shift to try to take away our blast because they know, we're going to go no huddle, we're going to call things off a wristband, and so teams will move around. So we have to have those adjustments with our offensive line, and they need to be quick. When we get to the varsity level, our H has to be able to recognize that there's a B-gap threat along with our offensive linemen, and so that they're all on the same page. Hope this helps you guys out. Any questions, feel free to hit us up. Thanks again for tuning in to another episode of T-Bone Offense.